Hello guys, welcome to Dr. Gaurav Eco Labs. This is Dr. Gaurav here. So in the series of statistics, I am recording my first video lecture in which I will be discussing about the basic concepts which are very much required in statistics. A good understanding of this topic is very much required. So what are those topics which I am going to discuss today? So there are three topics. The first one is data. The second term which we are going to discuss today is variable and observation. And the third one is a variable type. So these three things is very much required, are the basic concepts of statistics. So let's start. Let me share my screen. Hope my screen is visible to you all. All right. So what we are going to discuss today, we are going to discuss data. Then we are going to discuss about variable and observation. And the third one is a variable type. So three things we are going to learn today. So let's start and let's learn. So let's start with the data. So we are what the data is. So data are actually the facts and figures or the actual values of a variable. So what is variable, which we are going to discuss later. So these data, facts and figures are said to be the source of information. Now, data can either be in a number, or it can either be in a words, or maybe in the form of figure or a audio, or is in the term of a video clip. Now the question is how you can collect data from the figure. Suppose a particular figure is given to you, and this particular figure, there are three males and there are two females and one kid is there. So how you can extract the data? The question might come like, how many males are there? There are three males. How many females are there? Two females. How many kid is there? One kid. So whether what is the timing in this? Whether it's a morning time or a evening time, you can collect the data. This is how you can collect the data from a figure. Now from the audio clip, how you can collect? So what is the size of the audio, right? In which format it is, right? And whose voice is this? So this is how you can collect the data from the audio clip. In the same way, you can have it for the video clip as well. Now, in layman terms, when we'll see about data, so data is what we are able to see from our naked eye, or which is when you open your eye, whatever you are able to see is a data. Say for an example, when I see from here, I can see my laptop. So how my laptop is manufactured by Lenovo. So how I can collect data from here? So manufacturer is Lenovo is a data. Manufacturing year is 2021 is a data. Whether it has a warranty or not, yes, it has. Which how many years? 2 years. Whether it is operating system is Windows or Mac, it is a Windows. Then it is of 64-bit or 32-bit, it's a data. This is how you can extract data from anything, right? Take this pen. So this pen, what is the manufacturer? It's a Lenovo. Whether whether it has a warranty or not, it's a data. This is what is the size of this pen, weight of this pen. So these are it itself is a data. So based on that, I have collected one table of laptop. So from here you can see what the data is. So suppose a manufacturer, now suppose I have a laptop Lenovo. So manufacturer is Lenovo. Manufacturing is 2021. Price is 58,000. Operating system is Windows. Warranty 2 years. Size of screen 14-inch. Weight is 1.5 kg. It's a data, right? Similar way, suppose if you have a Apple laptop, then manufacturing year may be 2022. Price may be 85,000. Operating system is Mac. Warranty of 1 year. Size is 18. Weight is 1.5. In the similar way, you can have a different person has different laptop. So this is itself is a data, right? Now the next important point is the another example is I have given of statistics. Suppose there are 5 students in a class I am teaching, and suppose their roll number are roll number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And their scores are given out of 100, 67, then 89, 75, 84, and 98. These are itself is data, right? Roll number, according to roll number, their marks are there. It's a data. I hope the topic data has been covered in a simple manner. Now let's start the next topic. This next topic is variable and observation, which is another very important topic here, right? So in the definition of data, I have used one term, variable, right? So let's start and understand what is variable. Now if I go to the Oxford dictionary and see the meaning of a variable, you will find that a variable is a changeable concept, variable which is varying, right? So now So in the variables in various software, you will find that variables are also said to be the columns. So what is the definition of a variable? Definition of a variable is what? It is defined as any quantity or any number which can be measured is a variable. Example can be either income, age, marks, weight, height. These are said to be the variables. Now I'll give you the example later. Now come to the observations. So what is observations? Observations are also said to be the rows. Observations are the values of a variable. This is a key term. Values of a variable. Observations are fixed. Remember that variables are changing, whereas observations are fixed. Now let's see this. From this table we will understand what is a variable and which is an observation. Now concentrate on the definition of a variable. I said variables are columns. That means these are the columns, right? And I said that variables are changing a variable concept. Now suppose the variable is name. Now see, for an example, name, is it changing or not? Yes, it's changing. First the value is Tom, then change to Maria, then Henry, John, and Sita. It's a variable concept, right? Now suppose age is a variable. It's a column. It's changing from 32 to 21, 28, 45, 55. In the same way, gender is a variable, right? It is changing from male to female, male, female. Salary is a variable. It is changing from 28,000 to 32,000, then 32,000 to 24,000, 59K, and then 72K, right? This is a variable. Now what is the observation? You remember the definition of a observation. I said that it is a row. It is a row, right? This is a row, and I said that these values are fixed. Now see, for an example, Tom is fixed or not? For the name, it is fixed, right? It's not changing. Tom is not changing. Tom age is 32. It's not changing. It is a fixed concept. Tom is a male. It is not changing. He is a male only. His salary is 28,000. It cannot be changed. In the same lines, you have to tell me about Maria. Maria name is fixed. It's not changing. Maria age is fixed as 21. It's not changing. She is female. It cannot be changed as male. Her salary is 32,000. So it is fixed. So I hope variable and observation has been cleared with this particular table, right? So now we have covered two topics till now: data and variable and observation. Now we'll see the third one, and which is the last topic of today's discussion. What is variable type? So variable type is also a very important concept. So generally, variable types are two. Variable types are two. The first one is a quantitative variable, and the second one is a qualitative variables. Under the qualitative variables, you have two values. One is nominal variables, and the second one is a ordinal variable. So we will learn one by one. Let's start with the quantitative variables. So what are quantitative variables? Quantitative variables are those variables which can be measured or which can be quantified, which you can measure it. Quantitative variables are also said to be the continuous variable. Remember, quantitative variables are also said to be the continuous variable. In software like SPSS, this quantitative variables or continuous variables are also said to be the scale variables. Already I said that it's a measurable concept. So the quantitative variables, suppose I take as an income. Now you have to tell me whether it can be measured or not. Yes, it can be measured. Maybe in the term of a rupees, maybe in dollar, you can measure income. Now tell me about age. Age can be measured in years or maybe in the months. You can measure it. Another example can be height, right? Height is measured or not? Yes, it can be measured either in centimeter or meter. So income, age, height, all are continuous variables or quantitative variables. I hope variable definition is clear. Now come over here and see the second variable type, which is qualitative variables or a qualitative concept. So first point is that these qualitative variables are said to be the categorical variables. Categorical variables. So what is categorical variable? Suppose I have a variable like gender. My variable is a gender and it has two values, male and female. So now you have to tell me whether it's either category or not. Yes, one category is male, second category is a female. So it is a categorical variable or a qualitative variable. You cannot measure this gender, right? You cannot measure. So it's a categorical or a qualitative variable. So as I said earlier, it has a two coins, nominal, and the second one is a ordinal. So let's start and learn what is nominal variables. So nominal variables are those qualitative variables or a categorical variables which cannot be ranked. So the keyword is cannot be ranked. Say for an example, take a gender. A gender is my variable, and suppose there are three person in my class. The first one is male, the second person is female, and the third person is a male. There are three person in my class. Now you tell me whether you can rank this variable gender or not. You cannot say, right, whether your male is greater than female, or you cannot say that female is greater than male. You cannot rank between these two, right? Though it is a categorical variable, we cannot rank it. So gender is a nominal variable. Hope it is clear. Now, what is ordinal variables? Ordinal variables are those qualitative variables or those categorical variables which can be ranked. Say for example, education level. Education level is a categorical variable. Yes, it is a categorical variable. Let me take a screen, then I will explain you in much better way. uh Let me come over here. Okay, so uh ordinal variable I'm explaining. So ordinal variable, wait just a moment. All right. So I was talking about ordinal variables. Now suppose I was explaining ordinal variables are those variables which can be ranked. Now suppose I take a variable as education level. Education level, education level is my variable. And suppose I have 5 person in my organization, and suppose the first person has a primary education, is having the primary education, and the second person or second employee is having no education, and the third employee is having maybe a secondary education, and the fourth person is having the higher education, and the fifth person is again having no education. Now you have to tell me first whether it's a categorical variable or not. Yes, it is a categorical variable. These are different categories. So in my data set, there are a variable. I have 2 person having no education. There is 1 person having primary, 1 person secondary, and one person higher education. It is a categorical variable that is cleared. Now the question is whether it's a nominal variable or a ordinal variable. This is my question. Now tell me whether you are able to rank it or not. Yes, we can rank it. First, no education will be the least one. It is the least, means no education. Then comes the primary education, the second order. Then the third one will be secondary. Then the last and the highest order will be the higher education. We can rank. I think it's clear. Now take another example. I will take one sheet and then I will explain you. Take another example. Suppose I asked, suppose for these 5 employee, I asked the happiness level. This is my variable. The first person says that in my organization, I am unhappy with my organization. Okay. Second person say that I am happy. Okay. Third person say that I am again happy. And the fourth person I asked, he said that I'm extremely happy. Extremely happy. Then the fifth person said me, I am unhappy. Now you tell me whether it's a categorical variable or not. Yes, it is a categorical variable. How? There are 3 categories: unhappy, happy, and extremely happy. 3 categories. So it is a categorical variable or a qualitative variable. Now the next question is whether it can be ranked or not. Yes, it can be ranked. We can say that unhappy will be the first one. Then the second order will be happy. And the third order will be extremely happy. I hope the 3 concepts, continuous variables or a quantitative variables, nominal variables, and ordinal variables is cleared. Now, now let's see one example, and we should work together. I will take one example. Now let's work. Let's work on this table. Okay. So there are how many variables are there? Tell me first. There are 1 variable, 2 variable, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So these are columns are my variables and these are my observations, right? Observations are fixed and variables are changing. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So now I will ask you the first question. Employee ID is what? Whether it's a continuous. So I will denote it by continuous as C, nominal as N, and ordinal as O. Now you tell me nominal employee ID is measurable first thing or not. It can be measured or not. Employee ID, you cannot measure it. You cannot measure it in rupees or kilos or meter or centimeter or dollar. You cannot measure it. Yes, it has different categories. The first person category is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Now the next question it is, first of all, it's a categorical variable. Now the next question is that whether it's a nominal or ordinal or not. Nominal or ordinal. So can you tell me employee ID 1 is greater than 2 or employee ID 1 is maybe less than 2? You cannot say it, right? There is, you cannot rank the employee ID. So it is a nominal variable. Clear? Now the name cannot be measured. First thing, it's not a continuous variable or quantitative variable. So second thing is what? It's a categorical variable. Yes, it's a categorical variable. So how many categories are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are the categories. Now tell me the names can be ranked or not. You cannot rank the name, right? Tom, you cannot say that Tom is greater than Maria or Maria is greater than Tom. You cannot say that. So it is a nominal variable. Third one, gender. Gender, you can see that it has two categories, male and female. Now we have already discussed gender. Now you tell me whether it's a nominal or ordinal. You cannot say male is greater than female or female is greater than male. So it's again a nominal variable. Clear? Now comes the education level. Education level as a variable. Now tell me first how many categories are there. So let's work. The first category is primary. The second category is secondary. And the third one is a higher education. Three categories are there. That means it is a categorical variable. First thing is cleared. Now the next question is whether it's a nominal or ordinal. Tell me. It is a, it can be ranked, right? You can say that first primary education will come, then secondary education will come, and at last higher education will come. It can be ranked. So it is a ordinal variable. Now comes the salary. Now you tell me salary. Salary is a quantitative variables or continuous variable or a qualitative variable. Now tell me whether salary can be measured or not. Yes, it can be measured in rupees. 34,000 in rupees, then 58,000 in rupees. It is measurable. So it is a continuous variable or a quantitative variable which is measured. Now tell me about age. Age, you tell me. Age is measured, right? 34 years, 43 years, 28 years, 26 years, 32 years, 26 years. It is measured. Yes, maybe in terms of a year. So it is a continuous variable or a quantitative variable. Now tell me about marital status. Marital status, if you will look over here, you will see that it has two categories, unmarried and married. How many categories are there? Two categories, unmarried and married. That means it is a qualitative or a categorical variable. First thing is clear. Now next question is whether it's a nominal or ordinal. You tell me. Can you tell me whether unmarried is greater than married or married is greater than unmarried? You cannot rank over here, right? So that's why marital status is a nominal variable. Hope everything is clear till now. So what are the things we learned today? We learned what is data. Then the next term we learned about what is variable and the observations, two things. And then lastly we learned variable types. So these three things are very important in statistics, and I hope it is cleared all three concepts. If you still have a doubt, you can comment on this video and let me know what is your doubt. Let's learn together. Thank you very much. Keep learning, keep growing. Jai Hind.